Okay, now is March 4th, 10 p.m. It's Thursday, it's another brutal day of the market. So, what I'm going to talk about is how I navigate this rocky market, and not only to protect you from it, but possibly, if we have opportunity, profit from it. And this is just one of my trading account, as you can see. These are some of my position, and today when the broad market is down by 1%, 2%, I am up about 1% on this account. I know it's not a lot. I mean, a lot of people they trade with 50K there, 100K there, a million there. This is obviously not even money to them. But what I want to point out here is it's not about this nominal value, okay? It's not about this 151. You should look at the percentage increase. You should look at the percentage increase changes of your whole account. Because in stock market, it doesn't really matter how much money you have. If you make a mistake, let's say you have a 10 grand, and if the whole thing go down by 10%, you will lose 10% of that 10 grand. If you have 1,000, you will still lose 10% of that. In terms of percentage decrease or increase, it doesn't really matter the nominal value of money. So really, I really want to show here is how we can navigate this volatility and possibly find opportunity to profit from it. And here are the positions I built. The position here showing a red color with a minus sign in front of it, meaning it's a short position. And yes, as you can see here, as of today, there's a lot of short position. I only have two long position, which is DISCA. This is Discovery Inc. I believe they're the TV channel make documentary on like wildlife and animals. Seems like this one is the only one that keeps going up. If you look at the daily chart, and you can see how this is not affected by the broader market pullback. It's kind of weird, but I don't know. Maybe just people getting stuck at home. They have nothing else to do other than watching documentary. But we don't care about that. This is the things we go up and we buy it. And this is another one, CDEV. I believe this is in oil industry. Surprisingly, today I find a lot of stock that go up. They're they're all in oil industry. If you remember last year, what happens is oil price goes drops all the way to like negative 37. But it seems like this year, again, people started using crude oil as a hedge for some reason. Um, but also you can see I I also lose money on my position. WKHAs, AMRN, those short are still floating around my cost. And there are some of the position that are already been forced out. Yes, I also trade AMC because it's meme stock. I wouldn't want to miss that. But overall, because those things don't pan out or quickly force me out, those things just even out with each other. My philosophy here is I know nowadays people just like to talk about diamond hand or paper hand, but in my opinion, I don't really care about the hands made of diamond or paper. In my definition, the hands that can grab money, the money hand, is the only thing that matters. Because remember, friends, by the end of the day, it really doesn't matter you're longing the stock, you're shorting the stock. What really affecting is whether your stocks are making money. If you see your stocks bleeding every day, and if you think you cannot handle that pressure, then the best course of action is to cut the exposure, to lower the leverage. I know it's probably against all the bro code in Wall Street bet that we should never sell, and a lot of people tell we should never sell, and the stocks only go up. But that, in my opinion, is a very dangerous and misleading idea, because stocks, although in very long term trend seems only go up, in short term it could go everywhere. And how can you be sure that the stock that you got in only go up? By the end of the day, as a retail investor, it's just a game of probability. So I say, screw everything else. Start taking responsibility. Start taking the financial responsibility. Okay, because by the end of the day, nobody would care you lose money or not. You probably might get stuck with the loss like for the next couple of years, and the price might never bounce back. Yes, of course, there's a chance it would shoot up to the sky, but you have to look in this in a more objective way, like in a probability way, because sometimes things just don't work out, and you have to have a backup plan to prepare for that. And given the current market situation, in my opinion, right now it's a very how do I put it, a very risky time, because all the major broad index is going down with a huge volume. Okay, if you see these uptrends, we we have a good time. Where the good time is, it's all this steady uptime. Even when the drop down happens last year on September to like November, it is uncertain, and we cannot for sure it is going to go up or it's going to go down. Similar, right now we're at the crossroad again. The similar decision we're going to make again. So you cannot just throw your money into it and blindly thinking stock only go up, because bad things could happen, and your nerves might not be able to handle it. You have to ask your question: how deep does the price have to drop before you lose it, before you lose your nerves, before your heart is broken? Because I have gone through that circle multiple times, and I can tell you, it's like living hell. It's definitely not fun. But being in the stock market, you trading, you investing, it's inevitable that you will meet time like this, or even like this, which happened last year in March. So you have to prepare for time like this. You cannot say, "Oh, I can only handle good times." Even in our everyday life, it's not like always everything is good every day. You gotta have the ability to handle pressure. And so here I am showing my position. Mostly, for example, this one here, CLOV. I shorted yesterday, right here at the breakout, and today it keeps dipping. And this one, it's 14.5%. And although the nominal dollar is very low, it's only 32 bucks, but guys, those things add up. And I don't want to, all I want to say is I don't want to be on the losing end when, when the bad thing happen. Also, when the good thing happen, of course, we all want to jump on the rocket, right? But you gotta know, right now it's every man for themselves. But be but think about this. Even if I seem bearish, I seem not so hopeful. However, remember, um, anything can happen. So maybe tomorrow SP 500 could just bounce right back, like time here, right? So all my short position will lose the money I make today, but I will cover them. It's fine. That means the stock will go back to the normal level, and we can start learning again. We can start riding the rocket again. But because recently I have been seeing like people saying in Wall Street bad, and there's an increasing YouTube streamers also talk about how we should diamond-hand it to the death. I personally think it's very irresponsible and very risky. Um, Many people they risk their life saving into it, and I don't think that's the way to go. Because let me tell you this, I personally don't think YOLO is a strategy, and I think YOLO is a very very bad idea. Of course, you can make a tons of fortune on the way up, But you have to think there's always a flip side. And when that happen, like AMC, when this kind of shit happen, if you YOLO into it, you will feel trapped because your body will be trapped by the monumental laws, and you will just refuse. You will just refuse to acknowledge the truth. And I'm not saying that AMC gonna go down, but it's not as strong as here. Come on, let's just be realistic. It's it's not. See, the volume is decreasing dramatically, and the price. Yes, there's price go up, go down, but it's not even close to the performance back here in January. So at this moment, you have to think about the worst case scenario. I know right now I probably sounds like the black sheep who talk about those ideas people don't like because people only like tendies. Don't get me wrong, I like tendies too. I like making money too. But what I want to point out is risk management is a very necessary step to to a successful trading. You cannot throw that out of the window. You cannot just cover your ears and close your eyes thinking, oh, everything's gonna be fine tomorrow. No, you have no idea how the price gonna go. The action could be as wild as it can exceed your expectation, so wild that you will lose your nerves. I say this because personally I have been there. I used to be the YOLO guy. you know I used to experience the feel of making and losing $10,000 within 10 minutes. But then what? I still go back to zero, right? I still go back to where I started, or even worse, I lose all the money. And what's even more worse is you lose confidence. It breaks your nerves. And when the price actually get back to the normal level, when the stock actually start rising, you will have doubt. You will have fear to get back on the trend. And that's where you miss the real opportunities. So what I'm trying to say is I build all the short position is because I think right now the market is really doing bad. As you can see, there's a lot of SQQQ. This is basically a short mimicking performance of Nasdaq, and you can see how the volume is really increasing dramatically, and the price try to creep up, and UVXY as well. And uh, usually, like if you go to today's market, what you can see is all the big volume, all the big money, the activity is going in here, which means majority of the money is worried about the risk. If okay, if then you have to think, if all the big money is smart money, they are worried about risk. Why shouldn't you be worried about risk? What gives you the comfort to sleep at night thinking tomorrow the stock can only go up? So I make this video not only to just show my position and thoughts, but also I want to make a voice that trading and investing have a lot of risk, and we have to acknowledge it. And only by then we can actually ride the rocket to the moon, because this is not gonna be a one-way up. This road gonna be rocky. Okay, it doesn't matter is hedge fund or paper hand or whoever it's going our opposite direction, but the market, by the end of the day, showing you the price is an aggregate force of every player in this market. So if it's showing you right here, it's not promising, then you have to take action to protect yourself. Um, yeah, that's basically what I want to talk about right now, and we will see how those things perform tomorrow. And today is March 4th. Yes, tomorrow Friday. Let's hope market would not be as ugly as the passing days. All right, thank you.